Welcome to the AI mini-series, Lab to Life, Hype to Reality, Part 4, Anatomy of AI and ML. Let us now get more specific and go into next level of details. There is a lot of confusion amongst the various terms used when we talk about artificial intelligence. We will try and understand the AI ecosystem and its anatomy. Let us start at the top with cognitive computing. Humans are a biological cognitive system because we have the skills to understand, to speak, to interpret, and to make decisions. We have the ability to interact, we can remember things and learn from our experiences, and we can modify our preferences and so on. Cognitive computing is often used interchangeably with artificial intelligence, but there is a subtle difference in their approaches. Cognitive computing tries to replicate how humans would solve problems, while AI seeks to create new ways to solve problems that can potentially be better and faster than humans. Artificial intelligence is part of the broader cognitive computing ecosystem. It is a computer engineering discipline where certain techniques simulate cognitive processes. Important word here is simulate. We have machines that can simulate natural language processing, machines that can simulate memory to remember things, and machines that are able to recognize patterns and draw conclusions and make recommendations. AI applies a series of mathematical or logic based techniques to achieve all this. Under AI, we have machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence and the backbone that makes AI systems run. In very simple terms, ML systems map input to output using techniques that help find patterns in big data. ML gives machines the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. As the term suggests, machine learning is a way of training a software algorithm so that it can learn how to predict something. A machine can learn in many ways, which is based on the method it uses to train itself. These methods can be broadly divided into three broad categories: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. We will talk about them in more detail in the next slide. But one thing that is common across all the methods is that the amount of data used for training the model is directly proportional to the performance of the AI algorithm. You would have heard people say that data is the new oil in AI for this very reason. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Deep learning uses algorithms inspired by the structure and function of the human brain, the human neural system. In AI, we call it artificial neural networks, or ANN in short. Artificial neural network and deep learning are generally used interchangeably. Data science, as the term itself suggests, is the science of extracting knowledge and insights from data. It uses various techniques from many fields like mathematics, computer programming, statistical modeling, data engineering, and visualization to provide these results. Data science is applied on big data, and the insights generated are used to make business decisions. It cuts across AI and ML. In summary, AI ecosystem comprises of many different tools and techniques: machine learning, data science, deep learning, and artificial neural network, and so on. Let us look deeper into the various ML models. Given a problem at hand, data scientists pick the model that has the highest probability to predict the best output. Let's start with supervised learning. ML algorithms that use supervised learning as the method to train use a labeled training set. There are two types of supervised learning methods: regression method and classification method. The regression method fits the data. It is a technique that aims to predict the output value based on the labeled data provided. We can use it, for example, to predict the price of a house in a specific city or the value of a stock based on existing data. The classification method separates the data. It uses a technique that helps separate data into different classes. Examples can be recognition of a type of vehicle in a photograph, or identifying if an email is a spam or not. Moving to unsupervised learning, ML algorithms that use this method to train discover patterns in unlabeled training data. There are again two main types of unsupervised learning methods that are frequently used: clustering and dimension reduction. The clustering method is used to find similarities in the given data. It groups similar things together. Since this is unsupervised learning, we don't provide any labels and the algorithm is able to understand and cluster it on its own by matching similar patterns in the data. Also, the final output labels are not known beforehand. This kind of algorithm can help us solve many real life problems, like creating clusters of similar tweets based on their content, or finding groups of photos with similar objects, or identifying different type of news items. The dimension reduction method, as the name suggests, helps reduce the dimension of the feature set. This helps in improving performance and reduce compute power. The data is then better to analyze and work with since it has less redundant information while still preserving the important parts. The last ML paradigm is reinforcement learning. ML algorithms that use reinforcement learning use the method of rewards and penalties to achieve a goal in an uncertain and unusually complex environment, much like a game. The algorithm employs a trial and error method and learns with each step to achieve its goal. It's much like a child learning to walk. Similarly, training a model to control a fleet of autonomous cars, or training a robot how to run, or teaching a computer to play a game of chess are great examples of models that use the reinforcement learning mechanism.